Oh, hello there, yes. Day 4 of our Jubilee Fest. Underwhelming, I'm afraid to say. I mentioned in an earlier video about this whole event being top down, and that's very much how it feels. I've been out to work for this will be the 4th day I've been at work this week, and cycling around. There's very, very little on display. In my immediate area of, say, about 200 houses, one of them, just the one, has a flag out. Cycling on the way to work, triking as I do, on the way to work, there were, I would say I passed about 4 houses in about 5 miles that had something with bunting on. Pubs do, but there again, they tend to put out the flags for football. Community centre, I saw, was also decked out, but you might well kind of expect that. Other than that, it's just extremely low key. Pointing this out on social media tends to be met with a barrage of comments from people about how I should go and live in a different country. And yes, I think I should live in a different country, which is why I do what I do here or for a living. I think our country can be different. I don't think we need the type of monarchy that we have. Plenty of European countries have monarchs, and they tend not to be given millions of pounds each year to keep their coaches polished. They tend to be very, very low-key and in the background. That's what I think ours should do. We need to be a grown-up democracy. We don't need the Queen appointed by God to subject us to her rule. On a blunt level. Anyway, the other big news, of course, this week is there's a lot of discussion about the possibility that the number of letters calling for a vote on Boris Johnson's leadership might well have reached the crucial 56 mark and been going further. There's some talk of it being 64. This week, after having him booed by a royalist mob, I think I can call them that, crowd at the Abbey, I think was a quite a defining moment. If a bunch of people who will sit out on pavements for hours in the hot sun to catch a glimpse of a coach going by boo you, you've got an issue with your public perception. Those people almost uniformly will be quite pro-royalist, obviously, but they're also very likely to be core Tory voters and Brexiteers. And if they boo you, it's not a good sign, Mr. Johnson. There's also 2 very key by-elections this week. The Tories almost certainly will lose Wakefield by a very large majority. It's part of their red wall. Remember how the red wall was going to have to keep hold of the red wall. Ain't going to happen. People have seen through that one patently, and the other one is Tiverton, which may well go to the Lib Dems. In many ways, Tiverton might be the key one of those 2 votes, because Labour just walk through Wakefield at the moment. So keep an eye out for those. So if there isn't a vote, if there isn't an announcement on Monday about the number of letters that have been sent in, which could potentially trigger a vote on Wednesday, then it's very likely on Thursday that something will happen. Which will lead to the interesting contest of another Tory leadership, whereby they'll have to try and ensure that they get somebody who they can persuade the public, a bit like they did with Theresa May and Boris Johnson, is a completely different Prime Minister and regime from the one before. I don't think it's necessarily going to work very well this time. People are saying maybe that Liz Truss will win, and we'll be told for several months that isn't she just like Margaret Thatcher? And the answer is yes, if you think Margaret Thatcher was a woman too. But Margaret Thatcher had leadership qualities. Liz Truss has the ability to pretend to be Margaret Thatcher by sitting in a tank. The 2 are quite different things. So, exciting days ahead of us. You never know, we might actually get a change in government, which might lead to changes elsewhere. I'm not going to hold my breath, of course, because the establishment knows what it likes. So we'll wait and see. If you are going out today to a street party, I might suggest an umbrella. It's pretty darn damp, certainly in this part of the world in the east of England. If you are enjoying the festivities today, do enjoy them. Just don't have a go at me because I'm not. Thank you.